Steve, who is at the front taking photographs. He is from Yorkshire, so he's a foreigner. And he goes to Ukraine regularly with items to help people in Ukraine. So he's a very good man doing all that. We also have a major in the Ukrainian forces who's here today, and he's a very brave man. He's over here at the moment working with the British forces, but when I go to Ukraine in November, December this year, a few months' time, I'm hoping to go to his air base and see him and hopefully entertained very well when I'm there. All right? Thank you. There are people here who have given laptops and been very generous with them, and there's also one man here from Kyiv who has collected, I think it's nearly 3,000 laptops for children in Ukraine and done a wonderful job there. Well, I've been a school governor for nearly 40 years, and at the end of 2022, I saw nothing, well, you can read yourself, but nothing on TV regarding the effect of the war was having on the education of children in Ukraine. So in January 2023, as a member of the Rotary Club of Kew Gardens, I went there to find out. During the 2023 visit to Kyiv, only the first time, shortly after the failed 22 invasion, I was accompanied by a man called Sergei Zavoretsky, a Rotarian in Kyiv, and we visited 6 schools, but schools that were in areas that had been badly damaged by the Russians in the 2022 invasion. So the children suffered, parents suffered, mums suffered, children and daughters suffered. These are Russian tanks. That was a kindergarten blown up at night. Laptops were stolen, mums were raped, daughters were raped, fathers and sons were shot trying to save their mums. 155 windows replaced. The picture on the right was, and I mentioned during the film, was 3 classrooms. On the left are the 155 windows that were replaced. And the picture on the right, if you can see something going from northwest to southeast, is where a missile came in. And I actually have a picture of the missile, which unfortunately didn't explode. And that's the mark it made when it came through the window, all right? And another classroom at the school, and this is the sort of flats you'll see nearby in this area, badly damaged. And this is not an unusual sight. The school in the middle, or the building in the middle, was a kindergarten. When the siren went, because you have to go to the basement, all children have to go to the basement when there's a siren. That is a kindergarten, and the children were in the basement, and it was blown up. Luckily, they are all okay. On this trip, my first stop was Lviv, and I'd like to make a point here about this. It's close to Poland, and it is the drop-off location for most items delivered to Ukraine. So many people go from this country, go to Lviv. I know of 9 individual groups and 1 gentleman here at the front taking a photograph again, Steve from Yorkshire. He goes there regularly and he's just come back. In Lviv, there's a Rotary Club there run by a man called Boris Bodnar, and he has a warehouse there and parking and storage as well for a warehouse and parking facility. And one of the main things he does there, apart from other things, is to supply water filters and water fountains. And I'll come to that in a moment, because there's a big shortage of drinking water in the Ukraine, which you probably don't hear about in the press. That's parking a vehicle that's going off to the military. So what did I do after Lviv on my last trip? I went to 15 schools, I went to 10 charities, and I'll talk about them later. I met 2 mayors, and I visited 4 locations remembering the fallen. Well, you can do it, can't you?
You know, you can say they have a test now. week's program.
You saw how many kids go, over 900 kids go for 3 weeks at a time, 11 times a year, from all over Ukraine. And it's to do things they wouldn't do at home, like canoeing, swimming in a lake, barbecues, tree huts, exploring, and lessons. The boy on the left is displaced. So far we've raised 144,000, committed 133 to help the children of Ukraine. So if interested, could you please put me in touch with other groups that might want to hear this talk, TV, radio and press. Please do. So can I just say, see what you can do, aged 87, as a member of Rotary, paying your own expenses if you put your mind.